Hello, friends. Helena Grant here. Happy Friday. I wanted to come in with some contemplations that I have been doing this week that are tied to some work that I have been exploring with a teacher I found. Her name is Simone Seol, and she's running a course right now called the Shame Clinic. And I have done a lot of work around shame from a different lens, a different perspective in my work with Carolyn Elliott, becoming one of her certified existential kink coaches. And it's been amazing these past 2 weeks with Simone to have more clinical scientific terminology and concepts to more deeply, more profoundly understand the concept of shame from that side of that point of view, versus my work with Carolyn was also very, very scientifically based, very intellectual, but also brought in sort of the more magical and esoteric concepts around shame. And when I finished the first session of the Shame Clinic, the next day I had a nap in the middle of the day. I was very tired, and I ended up having a very profound dream experience where I was witnessing a man who was about to do very significant harm to a woman. And he was standing over her in a very menacing way. And rather than try and stop him by saying, no, don't do that, you can't do that, I stood between him and the woman, and I faced him straight on, and I asked him, what does it feel like to want to harm this woman? And asking that question in the dream space on the astral realm, it completely dissolved his desire, his need, his impulse to act violently. And when we dream, it is a direct reflection. It's access to information that is within us. It is also giving us insight into the collective. So for me, this was happening both in the world on the astral plane and also within me, that this masculine figure was had planned to do harm to the female figure. And I came in as the witness of the shame that was likely contributing to this violent intention. And I stopped it. I transformed this male figure just by asking this question: what does it feel like to want to harm this woman? And it was as if this male figure had just been touched by an angel just by hearing that question. And I love questions. You already know that, being in my audience. So my question for you today is, what do you crave? And this word crave is very specifically utilized and posed here. And crave means to desire intensely, to deeply want, to greatly need. And some synonyms are to thirst for, to hunger for, to dream of, to covet, and to yearn for. Those were some of the ones that I pulled out in my etymological research around the word crave, which is also directly linked to the word craft. But we're focusing here on crave because to me, crave can be both intellectual, it can also be bodily. And we are working in this new wave paradigm to bring the body and the mind into union and communion with one another. So I did this in a timed container. I recommend you do the same. Either look to write a list of 10 things that you crave, or even more fun, set a timer for 10 minutes and write down what you crave. You can say, I crave blank. So here's my list. I crave self-knowledge, to know myself so deeply that love, healing, and inspiration pours out of me unfettered. I crave more witnessing in the world so that people can be seen as they are. I crave liberation that tastes salty sweet like a dark chocolate toffee pretzel bar wrapped in bright colors, free from enslaved labor. I crave a world where people understand the power of aligning with and embodying the universal laws, particularly oneness. I crave silk and cashmere and hot soups and time alone to move and meditate. I crave structure and freedom. I crave paradox. I crave a society comprised of people who value themselves and one another. I crave liberation. I crave business skills and new experiences. I crave discomfort and excitement and a place, an outlet to be loud, unabashed, fully and completely me while also uncovering who and what that is. I crave more women having more financial freedom and autonomy. I crave a new story, not his or hers or theirs, but ours. I crave having no need to ever again prove myself to anyone. What do you crave? What do you crave that maybe you feel like you shouldn't need or want or desire or hunger or thirst for? What are you telling yourself you can't have, you shouldn't need, that you don't want? What do you crave? And where might you be infusing just a little bit of shame into that experience? And shame, everyone, shame is the magic killer. And it's not necessarily a feeling. It can lead to feelings, but it can also, you can come from a place of being an unshaming witness, relieving yourself, unburdening yourself from feeling shame around any of your desires, anything that you are craving. Thank you so much for joining me, and I deeply, deeply look forward to hearing from you about what you crave. Until the next, so much love to you. Mwah.